Hello students, welcome to all of you Shiksha 360. As all of you are aware that the JAP syllabus is to be updated by the IIBF. So as per the new syllabus, we will start our discussion. First of all, we will start our PPB topic, clear PPB. Initially, we will go with the two topics, that is PPB and accounts. Later on, after that, we will cover the other two. Clear, we will cover we will cover all the four papers. Clear? So now let's start our discussion. So chapter number 1. Part 1, that is banker customer relationship. Clear, banker customer relationship. This topic we will cover in 3 sessions. First 2 sessions, that is theoretical based. In the third session we will discuss some of the MCQs along with the theory. So let's start our discussion. So first of all, introduction, that is what is the basic function of the banker. So as we know that the basic function of the banker is accepting the money that is from the public. Clear, this is the function, the basic function of a banker is accepting the money from the public by the way of deposits. Clear, by the way of deposits, and deploying or lending the same. Clear, and deploying the same by the means of loans and investments. Clear. So what is the basic function? That is by accepting the money from the public by the way of deposits and deploying the same by means of loans and investments. Clear, and deploying the same basically by the means of loans and investments. Besides, banker provider render, that is basically provides a clear. Besides that, clear, besides this basic function, that is accepting money and lending, besides this, bankers provider or render a clear. Besides this, bankers render a variety of services like providing the lockers, keeping articles in the safe custody, collecting bills, checks, etc. Clear. So all these functions will be also provided by the banks. Like what is the difference between the safe custody and safe lockers? We will also discuss. Clear. We will also cover under that in this session. So different types of relations. Clear. So different types of relations are to be created between the banker and the customer. Clear. So different types of the relation are to be created between the banker and the customer, depending upon the service, what type of service we are providing to the customer. On the basis of that, there are different types of the relation. Clear. So I give some examples here, like example, that is debtor creditor. Banker sometimes behave as the debtor and banker sometimes behave as the creditor. Clear. So both the role is to be played by the banker, both the role is to be played by the customer. Clear. Now next one, that is the trustee beneficiary. Trustee beneficiary. Like banks behave the role of the trustee, customer as a beneficiary. Can anyone tell basically in which case they play this type of role? Clear. Like in the case of the articles left by mistake or money deposited but instructions not given for its disposal. Clear, but instructions not given for its disposal, or payee of a draft. Clear, or payee of a draft. Clear. So in all these cases, basically banks acts as a trustee and the customer acts as a beneficiary. Clear, and the customer acts as a beneficiary. Clear. So please remember regarding this, I will cover all these things, but just for the introduction purpose, that is what are the different types of the relation. These are the different types of the relation. I think like regarding the lockers, you will remember that presently new locker agreement is to be going on as per the RBI guidelines. So in that, basically what is the relationship between the locker, between the bank and the customer? That is lesser and lessee. Clear, that is lesser and lessee. And in the case of the safe custody, that is bailee. Bank is a bailee and the customer is a bailer. Okay, so please remember regarding all these relationships. Clear, that is the banker customer relationship, and definitely you will find questions from this one. Clear, at least one question from that in the examination. Clear, that is from these relations. Now move to the next one. So what are the requirements to be called any institution to be a bank? Clear, what are the guidelines which they have to be followed? So as per section 5b, clear, please remember this section. So as per the section 5b, basically of which act? that is of the Banking Regulation Act 1949. Clear? So as per section 5B of the Banking Regulation Act, so this section basically defines the word banking. Clear? This section 5B basically defines the banking. Clear? So as per section 5B of the Banking Regulation Act 1949, the term banking basically means accepting for the purpose. Clear? The term banking basically means accepting for the purpose of lending or investment deposits of money from the public, repayable on demand or otherwise, and withdrawable by check, draft, order, or otherwise. Clear? So as per section 5B of the Banking Regulation Act 1949, the term banking, clear, what is the meaning of the term banking? The term banking basically means accepting for the purpose of lending or investment. Clear? So why they will accept the money? That is basically for the purpose of lending or investment, deposits of money from the public. Clear? So all these things it is mentioned as per section 5B. Deposits of money from the public, repayable on demand, like in the case of the current account or in the saving account, they will repayable on demand or otherwise, and withdrawable by the check, draft, order, or otherwise. Clear? And withdrawable by the check, draft, order, or otherwise. Clear? By the withdrawable by the check, draft, order, or otherwise. Hence, the banker is in the business. Clear? Hence, the banker is in the business of accepting the deposits. Clear? Hence, the banker is in the business. Clear? Hence, the banker is in the business of accepting the deposits from the public. Clear? Hence, the banker is in the business of accepting the deposits from the public and utilizing these for the purpose of lending or investment. Clear? Hence, the banker is in the business of accepting the deposits from the public and utilizing these basically for the purpose of lending or investment. Clear? And utilizing basically these funds basically for what purpose? For the purpose of lending or investment. Clear? For the purpose of lending or investment. Clear? So please remember that regarding that. Hence, the banker is in the business of accepting deposits from the public and utilizing these for the purpose of lending or investment. So what are the essential requirements to satisfy? What are the essentials to satisfy the requirements of this definition are? Please remember that the definition of the banking, it is given as per section 5B of the Banking Regulation Act. Clear? In the examination, sometimes they will ask Banking Regulation Act, RB Act 1934. Clear? So please remember that. In this way, they will try to confuse in the examination. Clear? Banking Regulation Act 1949, RB Act 1949. Clear? So RB Act is to be enacted in the year 1934 and Banking Regulation Act is to be 1949. Clear? Nothing any other act which we have to study. Clear? These two acts we have to study here. So that's the essential. What are the essential to satisfy the requirements of this definition? Are first one, that is deposits should be only for the lending and investment. Clear? That is deposits should be only for the lending and investments. Companies accepting deposits for the trading or manufacturing are not considered as a bank. So that is why, that is deposits basically for what purpose? Deposits should be only for the lending or investments. And the, like we can say that like companies are accepting the deposits. Clear? Companies are accepting the deposits for trading or manufacturing are not considered as a bank. Clear? Are not considered as a bank. Next one, the deposits should be from the public. Clear? The deposits should be from the public. So nidhis, multi-benefit societies, cooperative societies that accept deposits from their members are not covered as a member. Clear? So the deposits basically should be from the public. Clear? The deposit they are accepting should be from the public. Like so nidhis, like multi-benefit societies, cooperative societies that accept deposits from their members. Clear? That accept deposits from their members are not covered as a bank. Clear? That accept deposits from their members basically are not covered as a bank. Clear? Are not covered as a bank. Now move to the third one, that is acceptance of deposit should be in the form of the money. Clear? Acceptance of deposit, that is should be in the form of the money. Clear? Like you will see that basically some branches are also accepting the foreign currency. Clear? Some branches are also accepting the foreign currency. Clear? So as per the requirement, they will do. Clear? As per the requirement or as per the branch guidelines, they will do. Clear? Not all branches, but some branches will do. Okay. Acceptance of deposit basically should be in the form of the money. Okay, so please remember that these are the essentials to satisfy the requirement of this definition, that is this definition as per given section 5B of the Banking Regulation Act. Next one, a company incorporated, clear, a company incorporated under Indian Companies Act 1956. This act is to be amended, or Companies Act 2013 can be a bank, a banker, or a banking company. Clear? So a company incorporated under, clear, a company incorporated under Indian Companies Act 1956. Clear? A company incorporated under Indian Companies Act 1956 or Companies Act 2013 can be a bank, a banker, or a banking company. Clear? Can be a bank, a banker, or a banking company. Clear how? So as per section, under section 5C of the Banking Regulation Act, clear? Under section 5C of the Banking Regulation Act, banking company basically means any company, clear? Banking company basically means any company that transacts the business of banking in India, clear? So what is the banking company? Basically that it means any company that transacts or do the banking business of banking in India. Section 7(1) of the Banking Regulation Act prohibits the use of the words banker or banking company by any company other than a banking company. Clear? So sometimes you will find that there are some other financial institutions, clear, which they will use the word bank in their name. Clear? So which section prohibits, clear? Which section prohibits of the Banking Regulation Act? Clear? That is, you have to add only. You don't have any permission to add the word bank. Clear? So basically that is section 7(1) of the Banking Regulation Act prohibits the use of the word banker or banking. Clear? Prohibits the use of the word banker or banking company by any company other than a banking company. Clear? Section 7(2) further prohibits the use of such words by any individual or a group of individual or a firm. Clear? So section 7(2) basically further prohibits the use of such words by an individual or a group or a group of individuals or a firm. Clear? Prohibits the use of such words by a group or a group of individuals or a firm. Okay. Now some other points which we have to cover here. First one, that is money lenders are the not bankers. Clear? Money lenders, like we can say that at the old time, clear, like villages, shahukars, in simple language we can say that shahukars, clear, they are not considered as the bankers, clear, because they will not accept the money, they will lend the money, clear, they will lend their own money. Okay, and they will not accept the money basically for the lending or for the loan purposes, clear, not like that. So money lenders are not the bankers. Please remember that money lenders are not the bankers. So that definition of banker does not include the money lenders or the mahajans, shahukars or setish. Clear? Setish. The definition of banker does not include the money lenders or mahajans, shahukars or setish, because they run their business as individual. Okay, because they run their business as individuals or group of individuals. Clear? Because they run their business as individuals or group of individuals and not as a company registered under the provisions of the Companies Act and Banking Regulation Act. Clear? Because they run their business as individuals or group of individuals and not as a company. Clear? And not as a company registered. Clear? And not as a company registered under the provisions of the Companies Act and Banking Regulation Act. Clear? And not as a company registered under the provisions of the Companies Act and Banking Regulation Act. So in the case of the Kadirsan Chettiar versus Ramanathan Chettiar, it was held that while a money lender lends his own money, clear? Please remember that why money, that is money lender not considered, that is banking, that is accepting the deposits from the public, but money lender will not do that, clear? Because that a money lender lends his own money, clear, that a money lender lends his own money. On the other hand, a banker lends money of his customers or the depositors, clear? It was held while a money lender, clear, that while a money lender lends his own money, clear, while a money lender lends his own money, on the other side a banker lends his money of his customers or depositors, clear. On the other hand, a banker lends money, clear, on the other hand basically a banker lends money of the customers or his depositors. Clear? So this is the main difference. Clear? So this is the main difference here, which we have to remember. Now move to the next one. Accepting deposits of money from the public. Clear? Accepting deposits of money from the public. Every institution carrying out the business of banking, clear, every institution carrying out the business of banking must accept the deposits of money from the public and should not confine to the deposits from its member only. Clear? So that is every institution carrying out the business of banking must accept the deposits of money from the public and should not confine to the deposits from its member only. Like there is one case, in the case entitled Mahalakshmi Bank Limited versus a registrar of companies, it was decided if a company gave loan to a public, like we can say that there are many finance companies available in the market, they are giving loan to the public, not taking deposits. Clear? So if it was decided if a company gave loan to the public but did not accept deposits from the public, clear, but did not accept deposits from the public, so it could not be considered as a banking company under section 5 of the Banking Regulation Act. Clear? So then it should not be considered as a banking company under section 5 of the Banking Regulation Act. Clear? So please remember this also, that is in the case entitled Mahalakshmi Bank versus the registrar of companies, it was decided that if a company gave loan to the public, clear, if a company gave loan to the public but did not accept deposits from the public, so it could be considered as a banking company under section 5 of the Banking Regulation Act. Clear? Then it could be considered as a banking company under section 5 of the Banking Regulation Act. Next one, that is the acceptance for the purpose of lending or investment. Clear? That is acceptance for what? For the purpose of lending or investment. Clear? Acceptance for the purpose of lending or investment. An institution accepting deposits of money. Clear? An institution accepting deposits of money without any purpose or with the purpose other than the lending or investment cannot be termed as a bank. Clear? So an institution accepting deposits of money, clear, and an institution accepting deposits of money basically without any purpose or with the purpose that is other than the lending or investment, clear, other than the lending or investment, they cannot not also be termed as a bank. Clear? Other than the lending or investment cannot be termed as a bank. Okay, next one, that is deposits repayable to depositors on demand or otherwise. Clear? Deposits repayable to depositors on demand or otherwise. Deposits of money may be repayable. Clear? Deposits of money may be repayable either on the demand or if there are term deposits on the expiry of the stipulated term or period. Clear? So here basically deposits of money may be repayable. Clear? Deposits of money basically may be repayable either on demand or if they are term deposits on the expiry of the stipulated term or period. Clear? So deposits of money may be repayable either on the demand or if they are term deposits, then on the expiry of the stipulated term or period. Clear? Of if they are term deposits, then basically on the expiry of the stipulated term or period. Clear? Then on the expiry of the stipulated term or period. Clear? So please remember regarding that. So these are the 4 points regarding that. First one, that is money lenders are not the bankers. Accepting deposits of money from the public. Third one, accepting basically for the purpose of lending or investment. Fourth one, that is deposits repayable to the depositors on demand or otherwise. That is deposit repayable to the depositors on the demand or otherwise. So next one, that is further one more function, that is the deposits may be withdrawal by the customers. Clear? So that the deposits may be withdrawal by the customers by the check, draft, order or otherwise. Clear? Order or otherwise. Banks are also authorized. Clear? Further, banks are also authorized to carry out certain other transactions. Clear? Banks are also authorized to carry out. Clear? Banks are also authorized to carry out certain other transactions as provided under section 6 of the Banking Regulation Act 1949. Clear? banks are also authorized to carry out certain other transactions as provided under section 6, clear, as provided under section 6 of the Banking Regulation Act 1949. Mainly, what are these transactions? First one, that is the discounting of bills, clear. First one, that transaction, it is the discounting of bills. Second one, that is the collection of checks and bills, clear. First one, that is the discounting of bills. Second one, that is the collection of checks and bills. Third one, that is the remittances. Fourth one, that is the safe custody of the articles. Fifth one, that is the hiring safe deposit lockers. Sixth one, that is the conducting foreign exchange transactions. Seventh one, that is conducting central or state government transactions. Eighth one, that is issuing letter of credits and guarantees. Clear? Please remember that. Sometime in the examination, they will ask basically what are the certain functions as per the section 6 of the banking regulation, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2 is the correct. 1, 2, 3 is the correct. 3, 4, 5 is the correct. Clear? Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all are the correct. Clear? So in this way, basically, they will ask the question in the examination. That's why I will include all the functions. First one, that is the discounting of the bills. Second one, that is the collection of checks and bills. Third one, that is the remittances, like NEFT, RTGS, clear. Safe custody of the articles. This is the different thing. And hiring safe deposit locker. This one is the different. Clear? Both have to be different. Conducting foreign exchange transaction to send basically money in other foreign countries. Conducting central or state government transactions. Or last one, that is the issuing letter of credits and guarantees. Clear? Letter of credit or bank guarantees. Clear? All these are also the functions. Clear? All these are also the functions of the bank, and that is defined as per the section 6 of the Banking Regulation Act. So next one, besides this, nowadays, clear, besides this, basically nowadays, banks are also undertake some of the following activities like wealth management services, project appraisal, sale of third party products. Presently, this plays an important role. That is, this plays an important role in the banking industry. That is, this much is excess presently. This much is in the excess of as per the requirement. Clear? So sale of third party products. Clear? Presently, most of the focus is to given on the third party products than the actual banking. Clear? Like mutual funds, life insurance, general insurance. Clear? Executor trustee services, acceptance of central and state government taxes, franking of stamp duty on the documents, securities trading, factoring, venture capital financing, demat services. One question from my side to all of you. What is venture capital services? Clear? What is venture capital services? Can anyone tell? I will discuss in the next session. So please tell fast if anyone know in the comment section. What is venture capital financing? Clear? What is venture capital financing? Clear? So in this session, we have to discuss up to this much point. All these things like what is third party product. We have to discuss all these things in detail one by one. Clear? What is factoring? What is forfeiting? We will also cover. Clear? So all these things we have to cover in the upcoming sessions. Clear? So in this session, just I will discuss with the basic introduction. That is, what is the basic function of the bank? What are the requirements as per the section 5B? Next one 5C, 7172, that is provision. Next one, that is section 6. Clear? So in the next session, we will discuss what is a banker customer relationship and some definition basically for the purpose of KYC, how we have to identify the customer. Then what is Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. Then what is the relationship between the banker and the customer? In the case, like bank is a debtor and the customer is a creditor. Clear? Similarly, there is one more case. In that, basically, customer is a debtor and the bank is a creditor. Clear? So we will discuss all these different types of the relation in the next session. Clear? So hope this is the basic introduction of the session. Hope it is clear to all of you. Clear? So next session I will update in the group timing and all updates clear regarding that. So thanks to all of you for joining this session. Join the sessions and continuously attend the session so that you are able to clear the examination in the first attempt. So thanks to all of you for joining this session.